morning, Daddy. Listen to this. It's the funniest. There's this fat guy standing on a scale, and then
Don't we have other matters to discuss today?
Well, no, I don't think so. Eric and I are just going to the beach.
Well, do as you like after you make the phone call. I mean, a certain call?
The Redlands.
That's where the thief lives, isn't it?
Oh, Daddy, you expect me to make a phone call to Carla and Jean and start making accusations just because Eric's watch is
It's
missing?
more than a watch.
Oh, yes, I know. It's a TV watch.
And it's very expensive and unavailable here in the United States. But what's more important is that Eric was proud of that watch. And I will not have my grandson denied of his prized possessions. Plus the fact, after all you said about his welfare, I'm amazed that you take all this so casually.
Oh, Daddy, Eric has a sea of video equipment upstairs.
Oh, and we just turn his other gifts over to the nearest thief. Is that what you're saying?
No, what I'm saying is that Eric will not die of grief if we don't recover the watch. I mean, what do you want me to tell Carla? Monk bumps into Eric once, and all of a sudden you know that he pickpocketed the watch.
I don't want to discuss this anymore, Mem. Are you going to make that call, or should I?
Daddy, you will discuss this. You will, because this has nothing to do with a television watch or what Eric prizes. You only suspect Monk for one reason. You're prejudiced.
Hey, I'm glad I caught you before you left.
Well, I'm not the one who usually sleeps this late in the mornings.
Hey, give me a break, would you? Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I don't have a class until 11. Now, what's this?
I want us to pray for Lori.
No kidding, it says pray for Lori. I kind of figured that out. You want to fill me in?
Well, it's not very pleasant.
What else is new?
Say, she's doing a lot better than she was a couple of months ago. Then her problems were in her head.
Where is it now?
She had cramps in the hospital and they took her in for surgery.
You serious?
Dr. Galvin performed what's called a cerclage. That's when they sew up the cervix in order to prevent a miscarriage. But now don't worry, she's all right. Everything is okay. She's in stable condition right now.
This is great. What else can happen, huh? How's Ben taking it?
Well, he's as concerned as any expectant parent. I think that we're both happy, though, that she's getting the excellent medical attention there.
Mom, don't you wish just for once that she wouldn't need medical, psychological, or spiritual help?
Look, Peter, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to see the other side of it.
Don't deny it, Mom. It's like she was born to go from one professional to the next. When's it gonna end?
I don't know, but it will. Look, we have all been through a lot here. But the more I've been through, I have realized that no winter lasts forever.
Come again?
Look, there is a time of testing and there is a time of resting for enjoying it all.
That sounds real good. You believe that, or are you just saying it?
When your father died, I didn't think anything could get worse. Then came the will, and my fight with Nancy over Mother's house.
Okay. Don't itemize your problems. I got a class in 20 minutes, okay?
Yeah, but see, that's just my point. Every problem I've ever had, God has solved. I mean, He's knocked down barriers that most people have to face their entire lives. And He is going to do the same thing for Lori.
Oh, yeah? When?
No, I am not prejudiced. I'm simply looking at the facts.
Right, the fact that he's black.
No. Fact number one, The last time I saw that watch, it was at the huddle. Fact number 2, Eric put it in his pocket after he showed it to Monk. Fact 3, by the strangest coincidence, Monk knocked into him just before we left. We get home, no watch.
Daddy, that's nothing but a smokescreen. You've been on the Redlands ever since I moved in with Ione.
Mem, why are you always defending these people?
Daddy, those people took me in when I had no place else to go.
That isn't true. My house was always open.
Oh, yes, sure it was. As soon as you found out I was going to move in with, heaven forbid, black people.
Oh, Mim, you're simply blowing this out of all proportion.
You're ready to call out the National Guard for some Dick Tracy toy, and I'm blowing things out of proportion?
Toy? Mim, that's a piece of electronic equipment. Monk understood that better than you did.
You've got no evidence whatsoever. You've only got your own bias.
Yes, I'm biased. I'm biased against people who want but take from others. I'm suspicious of everyone, white or black, who have neither the patience nor the perseverance to go out and make their mark and deserve their reward.
All right, Gene Redlin. He has made that mark as a reporter.
Granted, but at the expense of innocent people.
What, Daddy?
Mim, you know perfectly well that that disreputable neighborhood of his mother's was responsible for your kidnapping. And then he capitalized on the leads that your misfortune gave him.
Daddy, he saved my life while you were ready to pay the ransom and get me killed.
Mim, you are talking utter nonsense.
No, and Ione, look at Ione. She is the warmest, most charitable person I've ever met. And Carla's been around the world. She's seen it all.
Well, then I'm certain that she has found the watch.
No, I am sorry, Daddy. I thought about this all last night, and I will not accuse Monk by calling Carla and asking any incriminating questions.
Very well.
Who are you calling?
The Kingsley Police Department. If you're not going to ask the Redlands any questions, I know a detective who will.
Daddy, no, don't.
Mim, you've made a very elegant case for them. But if you really believed they weren't hiding anything, you would have called them long before this, proved me wrong, and then enjoyed your vindication of them.
Fine. Call Carla?
Peter, it's not up to me to say when Lori's going to come out of this. But I do believe she's going to have a healthy baby.
I think deep down I believe that too, but I don't know. I don't think anything could surprise me anymore.
I think you're a little too young to say that.
I don't know, after all I've seen around here. I like the way you guys treat Nancy. Just when I think the book's shut on her, somebody helps her out of a jam.
Well, in case you haven't been watching lately, I really haven't been much help to her at all.
I wasn't talking about you. I was talking about Dr. Phillips.
Dave?
Yeah. I saw Dr. Phillips having dinner with Nancy last night.
You're kidding.
Leon's.
What were Dave and Nancy doing together?
This may come as a surprise to you, but I wasn't tacky enough to go up and ask him a question like that.
No, I mean, did they look serious?
Well, no. Not until he pulled out this little box that had a ring in it.
Oh, Peter,
Pretty.
come on.
Oh, come on. Look, I'm sorry I brought it up. No, they didn't look serious. Besides, Dave Phillips, I mean, he's smarter than to fall for Nancy's lines.
Yeah, I'm sure you're right.
Come in.
No.
Hi.
Boy, those look like they're coming along really well.
Yeah, I just asked Jean to get me the simple kind to take care of. Give them water, watch them grow.
Yeah. I wish raising kids was that easy.
Amen. Can I get you something to eat?
Oh, no. I grabbed a quick breakfast before I ran right over here.
Well, I don't know what it is, but it sure sounds urgent.
In a way, yes. We still alone? No Monk?
No, Monk. It's about him, isn't it?
Well, it might be, in a way, but frankly, I don't think it is. You see, my father, he practically ordered me to come and talk to you, and I really don't think
Miriam, tell me what's wrong.
Carla, my father bought my son Eric a special watch. Actually, it's a lot more than a watch. It's got a television on it, and they're not even available here yet.
And it's missing.
That's right.
Monk.
Oh, Carla, you haven't found it or anything, have you?
No, but I can still put the pieces together. Now, listen, there must have been some reason why you came to me.
Well, no, it's just, well, you see, Due to a freak coincidence yesterday down at the huddle, my father thinks that Monk pickpocketed the watch.
Did he see it happen?
No, not exactly. You see, what happened is Eric showed Monk the watch. But because the watch band was loose, it was coming off, he put it in his pocket. Then when they got up to leave, Monk bumped into Eric, so naturally my father thinks
Don't believe him.
I know. It's a terrible accusation to make.
No, I mean, Monk. How many times have I told Jean that he wouldn't change?
Wait a minute here. We don't know.
No, I know. I live here. And I don't care how much Jean thinks he's going to change, it's not going to happen.
Great, so now you're accusing him.
No, it's not up to me. Now, Jean brought him into this house, and Jean has to take the responsibility. Now, what I'm going to do is take what you told me and give it to him.
Look, I'm sure we'll work this whole thing out. I mean, I just hope that you don't find any watch around here, for Monk's sake.
I hope we don't find any watch here, for Jean's sake.
$320 a month, which is, help me,
57.
right, 57% below the national average.
Very good.
Phew, not hardly. I stumble through my speech like this at Kingsley College, and Sebastian will have a coronary in the first row.
Not Sebastian. He may clutch at his chest, but he'll put off the attack until he gets home to avoid a bad press.
That's right. See, you really look great.
Hey, you are going to be great.
I don't think so. I've only got half of this thing learned, Russ,
Well, what
so
are
far.
you worried about, Lee? I mean, you've got the cards with you.
No. Eye contact. Sebastian wants more of that. Well, look at these. Don't these look nice?
Yes, aren't they, though? So sweet and peaceful. You'd never know the confusion they caused.
What do you mean?
Well, either someone's been playing games or we've been visited by an amazing coincidence.
Dave's been causing problems again, hasn't he?
Now, you stop that. It just so happens that he sent me flowers.
Well, where are they?
Maybe you're looking at them.
I don't get it.
Well, all I know is that he said he sent me carnations from this same florist yesterday. And you said you sent me flowers too, but I only received one bouquet, so I was hoping you could take it from there.
Kate, when I went to the door yesterday to get the flowers, I just naturally assumed they were the ones I sent.
And there was no card.
No, of course not. Oh, listen, if I was holding flowers that Dave sent, believe me, I would have hid them so that mine could have come first.
Well, then I never got your flowers at all.
All right. That settles it. I'm going to get a hold of this florist. The first chance I get, I'm going to straighten this whole thing out, all right? Is that fair enough?
I think so.
Good. You can give me the benefit of the doubt, you know. Besides, if there was only one bouquet, who would you rather it be from?
The truth,
Yeah.
Dave.
Oh, hi, Daddy. I thought you would be at work.
Well, did you find the watch?
No, of course not. I talked to Carla, and that was the very first time she'd heard about it.
And I'll bet Carla kept right on denying it, right?
Well, actually, she thought it might be a possibility that Monk took it.
I'll bet that was an intriguing discussion.
Who are you calling?
The police.
No, Daddy, that's not fair. You said you wouldn't.
I certainly did not. You didn't make any headway, and I have to.
Wait a minute. Eric might have just let it fall out of his pocket. You know, it might be in the college lost and found right now.
No, it is not in the college lost and found. It isn't at the huddle either. I tried. Now take your hand off that phone. Sergeant Brubaker has certainly caused me a lot of trouble in the past. Now it's time for him to help me if he can. Hello? Yes, this is Charles Carpenter. May I speak to Sergeant Brubaker, please?
You'd rather get flowers from Dave?
Only because they're carnations and not, roses.
I think there's a compliment somewhere in there for me.
Well, I see it as a good sign. I think that Dave understands the level to which I'd like to keep my friendship with him. And I took his gift in that spirit. Come on, we're going to be late now.
In other words, you'd still rather have roses from me, wouldn't you?
I just hope you are as persuasive on the podium this afternoon.
Now, wait a minute. Hold on. We've still got some time. Besides, I want to ask you a favor.
Well, I didn't know that we had that much time. Or, the inclination, Congressman Carruthers.
Congressman to be if I hold my own. But I'm starting to get a little worried, Kate. Wainwright's hitting us from every side. I don't know what gold mine he's tapped. But we got to start fighting back.
Well, don't lose your courage.
I'm not. But I realize we've got to have more funds.
I see. A fundraiser, right? Well, when I signed on board, I said that I would do anything to help.
First part of July, what do you say? We could go over the guest list right after the speech.
Sounds reasonable.
Oh, Kate, that's fantastic. Thank you. Mwah. Especially now that you're through with your charitable work.
I was happy when you made your contribution to Dave's clinically. It is a charitable work, and a needed one. I only hope that both your relationships with one another will be just as charitable.
That's entirely up to you, my dear. Shall we?
So Mr. Carpenter remembered that Monk ran into Eric, and he took it from there.
You called me away from work because of that?
Gene, this is important.
You try ridiculous.
You mean to tell me you don't think that there's really a chance that Monk took the watch?
Of course not. There isn't a bit of evidence, and look who's doing the accusing.
I am. But I can't just say that there's no credence to the whole thing.
You don't trust Monk. That's the problem.
That's not true. Not completely, that is.
I tell you something, Carla. You disappoint me a lot more than Carpenter. Now, come on.
Gene, I want to trust Monk, but I can't look the other way each time he's accused.
Oh, man, no one ever looks the other way when it comes to Monk. He's been a scapegoat all his life. If you don't know where he is at night, then, you judge him a criminal. First time something comes up missing, he's got to be the thief.
Oh, Gene, you get used to get mad at your mom for not seeing all sides of the problem. And here you are not even considering the circumstances.
Oh, come on.
Well, I don't need blinders to build my faith. And I'm not going to give Monk a clean bill of health until we at least ask him what he knows.
You can't ask without accusing the boy.
And I can't clear him without asking. Now.
What, you want me to call the huddle?
No. I want you to go down there.
Absolutely not.
Well, why run from it?
The only thing I'm running from is Carpenter.
You want to clear Monk?
Yeah, and I'll talk to him when he gets here. Carpenter will just have to wait.
Tell me that that's not him.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised. Comes through the back door so no one can see him. Yes. Oh, John, come on in.
Looks like we've all had breakfast without orange juice here.
Yeah, well, we were just talking about something.
Well, listen, I'm sorry to interrupt. Listen, I got that new report on Weaver's condition. Looks like he's going to pull through all right.
Thanks. You really didn't have to come all the way over here to tell us that, John.
Well, actually, there's another reason. Carpenter called.
Oh, no.
Well, listen, I don't want to give this guy the impression that I jump every time he snaps his fingers. Really, I'm here for your sake. I take it everybody knows about Monk.
Carla has already told me about this mess, and don't tell me you believe it's true, too.
Look, the only thing that I can tell you is that Carpenter's he's like a friction motor. Once he gets going, it's very hard to stop him. So let's just stop this thing before it gets going, all right? Let's get Monk in here, let him tell his side of the story, and then Carpenter won't bother us anymore. He won't bother me anyway.
Monk isn't here.
Where is he?
I'll go see him.
Now, wait a minute, Gene.
Oh, he's at the huddle where he was.
Gene, let me question it first, all right?
John, would you please let me talk to the boy?
I guess since he's in your custody, I suppose it's all right.
You know something, Carla? I can't believe how quick you are to doubt the boy.
That's not fair.
That's 57% below the national average. Now, we're all smarter than we were 10 years ago. We all know what budget deficits can do to this country. And we all know there's no such thing as a free lunch. Although, when I remember of college cafeteria food, I can't think of any other lunch that better deserves to be free. Now, undermine education, and you've lost the very resource that packages, develops, mines, and defines all other resources. That won't happen in Kingsley. And I pledge to you that if I'm elected, I'll see to it that we get our fair share of government grants, loans, and scholarships. Thank you all.
That's what I want to hear more of.
Lee, you were great! Oh! I'm going to man the voter registration booth. See you later.
All right, I'll be by in about 15 minutes.
That was no campaign kiss.
Tell me about it, Sebastian.
Trouble is, the right people didn't see it. But they will.